Make them close earlier. If my deposit's $500, I'll be damned if his deposit isn't going to be a lot bigger than that. I'm usually going to look for 3%. I mean, that's what I look for. Sometimes I get 1%, sometimes we get 5%. Just depends on how juicy this deal is, how many buyers are calling me, right? What I'm going to look for is 3%. So I'm going to tell Casey, Casey, we get deals like this all the time. So even if this deal isn't a fit for you, I will have some in the future for you that might be a good fit. There are quite a few people looking at this property. On Thursday at 2 o'clock, I sent out an email about it. And obviously you got the email. I've had quite a few calls on it. So there will be offers on this property. So if you come, I look at all the offers, and I look at the strength of the offers, and I look at the strength of the financing. Tell me, this deal, it's a pretty good deal. At the end of the day, I think you can make about 45 grand if you put 20 grand in work into the property, right? Is that a deal that would fit your criteria? Okay. I mean, I'm assuming it's a juicy deal. Would you, how would you be financing this deal?
Cash.
Cash. Excellent. Have you bought properties recently for all cash? Okay. Well, perfect. What I do and the way we operate is pretty standard. We will give you the right to inspect the property, but it is going to be for a very short period of time. I don't want to go to contract with somebody that's going to back out. I know you sound pretty serious. It sounds like you've been doing this business a while. So we will allow you a 48-hour period or less. Some people will make offers with no inspection contingency. I just want to let you know right now. But your deposit will go hard after 48 hours. I'm letting them know all the ground rules so that I don't have them walk through the property and then offer me a $1,000 deposit. That's not going to do anything, right? On this, I want a little bit more skin in the game so that KC does what? Closes. And you got to hear the person. I know I'm talking on one-sided conversation right now. And it doesn't always sound this aggressive. Sometimes the conversation is longer, a little bit longer drawn out. What you have to hear is all these points, though, that I'm making in the dialogue, right? So I'm going to look for a non-refundable deposit at some point, right? I'm going to confirm everything. Before I sign this agreement with KC, I want a proof of funds. I'm going to say, hey, KC, this is pretty standard. I like your offer. I like the terms of your offer. If you can fax me over proof of funds today, I will sign this agreement, right? I'm going to let them know when I see it, right? I won't go through all the ground rules. The main ones are, you got to let them know the seller situation. You got to let them know that at some point they're going to have to put down a deposit that is somewhat substantial. I'm not going to ask for his firstborn child. I'm just going to ask for a deposit that puts him on the hook to close. Ask me how I know that. We've had quite a few. In fact, we've made that mistake multiple times. We tend to not make that mistake anymore. And we've made that mistake more than once, right? But I'm going to help the sale along, and I'm going to train the buyer. And I'm going to tell them, hey, Casey, right now this lady, I'm just going to give you the bottom line on this lady. She's really emotional. So when we walk through the house, any questions you have, just guide them towards me or hold them until we're outside and we can talk a little bit about it. I just got to get you in to show the property. I'll walk you through. What I'm doing is I'm trying to keep the communication between KC and me, not between KC and the seller.